Hi folks, this is the angle between two lines. So the acute angle between lines with slopes m1 and m2 is found by this formula. So tan of theta equals plus or minus m1 minus m2 over 1 plus m1 m2. So we're going to be taking the two slopes of the two lines. So you'll notice as well there it says the acute angle, because in every two lines that meet there's always going to be an acute angle and an obtuse angle. So this finds out the acute one. So then if you want the other one, if you want the obtuse one, you'd have to do 180 minus whatever you got. So we're going to use the formula here for this example. So all we need from the two lines is the two slopes. So m1 here, we can read it off straight away. So remember, y equals mx plus c. When it's in that form, then the slope is the thing in front of the x. So here this slope is 2, because it's the thing in front of the x. The second one, we have to put it into that form. So if I move the 3x across the equal sign, I get y equals minus 3x plus 7. And now it's in the form y equals mx plus c. So I can read off the slope. So the slope is minus 3. So m1 is 2 and m2 is minus 3. So let's put it into the formula then. So tan of theta is equal to, so in practice we're going to take the absolute value of it. So it'll be 2 minus 3 over 1 plus 2 times minus 3. And then that'll work out the acute angle for us. So we're going to get 5 over, and then it's going to be minus 5. So I'm getting tan theta is equal to the absolute value of minus 1, and then so tan theta is equal to 1. So to bring the tan across the equal sign, you're going to do tan inverse, and you're just using calculator then. So the tan inverse of 1 is 45 degrees. So you've worked out the angle between the two lines. Right, here's a different type of example. Just got to go through it because it's related to the formula as well. So if you just write out the formula here. So it tells us that it makes an angle of 45. So we have to find the equation of the two lines through that point 2, 3, which make angles of 45 degrees with the other line. So tan of 45 then, we know if we take the side x minus 2y is equal to 1, if I move that, so we have it in the form y equals mx plus c, it'll work out what the slope is of that line. So minus 2y is equal to minus x plus 1, and bring over the minus 2 and divide it, so we get 1 over 2x minus 1 over 2. And so we can let m1 be equal to a half, then a half is going to be one of our slopes. So let's put that into the equation, and then we're just going to have an m2 left then. So we have we're going to have a half minus m2 over 1 plus a half times m2. So I can simplify it a little bit. So I know tan of 45 is 1. You can use calculator there if you're not sure. And if I multiply top and bottom by 2 here, so if I just multiply it by 2 over 2, I don't have to do it on the other side because I'm not I'm just multiplying by 1 really, so 2 over 2 is the same thing as 1. So if I multiply top by 2 and bottom by 2, I'll get 1 minus 2m2 over 1 plus just m2. And so I'm going to get two equations then. So I'm just going to do it with a plus first and then with a minus. So 1 equals positive 1 minus 2m2 over 1 plus m2. And then 1 equals, and it's minus all of that, so 1 minus 2m2 over 1 plus m2. So we can solve them then, and we're going to get two values then for m2. So here we have 1 plus m2 is equal to 1 minus 2m2. So if you bring it over, you get 3m2 is equal to 1 minus 1. Sorry, that should have been a 2 there actually. Yeah, so I should have had a 2 here. So if you bring the 2 across, then you get minus 1 here. So we get that m2 is equal to minus 1 over 3. And then the other one, so we get m2 is equal to 3. So I've got two values for m2 here then. So a minus a third and 3. Now if you look back at the question, it was the two, we're looking for the two lines through this point, through the point 2, 3. So we can just use both of our slopes then with the point 2, 3 and put them into the equation of a line formula. So y minus y1, so sorry, the slope was, sorry, the point was 2, 3. So y minus 3 is equal to minus a third times x minus 2. And then for the other one, y minus 3 again is equal to 3 times x minus 2. So just simplifying then. So plus 3y is equal to 7. And then the other one, y minus 3 is equal to 3x minus 6. So those are our two lines. So that's it. So that's just something different you could be asked on this.